Hello, this is Mike Anderson, your Vice President, Government Affairs Chair for NAMB. Today is Friday, November 11th, 2011, 11/11/11. Anyway, listen, I'm back. I don't know if you missed me. You notice I was gone for a while. I had total knee replacement, been out for a couple months. I want to thank John Hudson, our Vice Chair of Government Affairs, my right-hand man in the Government Affairs team. Appreciate him stepping in, doing a couple of videos and keeping you all updated. I do want to thank so many of you for the nice emails, Facebook posts. I actually got a couple cards and some candy, and one person actually sent me some scotch, which was pretty nice. But it is good to be back, and I do appreciate those fine comments, and it's good to have a brand new knee so I can continue to walk up there in the hill. Anyway, we just got back from the hill, was up there with Roy DeLoach, our Chief Lobbyist, John Hudson, our Vice Chair, who I've already mentioned, and Don Fader, who's on the NAMB Board of Directors, communicating with the CSBS. But right now I'm going to go right into a couple clips, some videos we took live in Washington, and then I'm going to share with you some of the other things that we talked about in these meetings with the the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is kind of startling a little bit. So anyway, enjoy the little clip right now, and then I'll get back to you after this little clip. All right, we had a fantastic meeting with the CFPB. I'm here with John Hudson, our Vice Chair of Government Affairs. And the meeting we had with the CFPB had to do with the loan officer compensation piece, allow us to pay on our loan officers on a consumer paid transaction. The good news is, guys, they did not say no. They are going to explore this, the way we can pay our loan officers. We also, guys, have come up with a great revelation that we basically got an okay in the meeting, which we're going to share with our wholesale partners. There'll be more to follow on that. John, why don't you tell them about NAMB West?
Be sure to come out to NAMB West December 2nd. It's going to be in Las Vegas. It's going to be a great time. Remember that there are two types of originators out there: those that support their trade organization and those that don't. See you in Vegas.
Thank you. Hi, I'm here with Don Fader. He's a board member of NAMB, and he's also on the Special Advisory Board for the NMLS and CSBS, and we're up here in Washington today. And Don, I understand you had a 3-hour meeting today and discussed some of the issues that you discussed in this meeting.
Mike, I serve on the Mortgage Advisory Council representing all of our members, and today we met discussing issues like transitional licensing for loan officers. We also talked about the mortgage compensation rule, and we also dealt with issues as they relate to NMLS.
Were there any issues discussed pertaining to criminal background checks, maybe easing that up a bit?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to give states more discretion in choosing who they're going to allow to be licensed within their state. And so if we can do that, then we feel like that we can provide opportunities to people who deserve to be in the workforce.
Great. Thank you very much, Don, and we appreciate Don's efforts. And remember to come to NAMB West. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Let me tell you some of the things that we didn't put on those little live video clips from Washington. The first thing I do want to say, if you come out to NAMB West, or if you ever see Don Fader, make sure you go up and thank him. He has established a wonderful relationship with CSBS and NMLS, and he has represented all of us mortgage loan originators very, very well. And thank you, Don, for a very good job that he's done up there with all these people. One of the other things that we did talk to the CFPB about was MDIA, the Mortgage Disclosure Improvement Act. That's got a big thorn in my side, the 7-day waiting period. Our recommendation was, of course, this should only apply to, say, the exotic loans, the loans that got us in this mess to begin with. It should not apply to the loans we're all doing today, which is your FHA, VA, RD, Fannie, Freddie, 15, 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. It just makes no sense whatsoever to impose these waiting days, waiting periods on consumers trying to buy homes and refinance homes. It just makes no sense. But one of the things that I do want to bring up to you, Roy DeLoach, our chief lobbyist, who was in the meeting with us, did make asked a question of the three people in the meeting. First of all, we want to thank CFPB very much for taking the time to meet with us to begin with. So I'm not bashing the CFPB. But we did ask the question, and Roy said, explain to me, what do I tell staffers when they constantly say to me, tell me why you can't lower your compensation? one of the people at the meeting said, because that means that your price was too high to begin with, and you should have had the lower price to start off with. And they said, what? Seriously? Are you kidding? We didn't say it like that, but think about this, guys. So in other words, Walmart, Sam Walton. I don't know if you, for those of you who don't have a Walmart, it's a big, huge store, but for Walmart, one of the things they advertise is bring any advertised special or price from a competitor, and we will meet it or beat it, okay? So isn't that the same thing? Are they price gouging? That was the answer we got. So the good news is they are going to start exploring this stuff because it comes out of Dodd-Frank. Because remember, the Fed rule was a standalone rule. It was not in line with Dodd-Frank. And we had the Barney Frank letter we presented. So as you know, we're working on HR 2509. But at least the good news is there's going to be a committee inside the CFPB that's going to start working on that, marrying, if you want to call it, merging Dodd-Frank into LO Comp. So, and of course, I know we'll have a seat at the table. Like I said, we want to thank the CFPB for what they did. And as you know, there's no director, so they really can't go after and start monitoring and dictating policy and so forth to the non-depositories until there's somebody confirmed, which that may or may not happen. So, with that said, I'll leave it at that. Last thing I want to say is make sure you come to NAMB West. Great lineup of events, and hope to see y'all there. Who knows, you might win big on a slot machine. But more importantly, come out and mingle with your fellow loan originators and get to know everybody, and some great lineup of speakers and so forth. And we'll talk to you soon, and let me tell you, it's good to be back. It sure beats laying at home in a hospital bed and watching TV all day. Talk to you soon. Bye.